They wrote Geno Smith and the Seahawks off. They didn't write back, though. The Seattle Seahawks sit in sole possession of first place in the NFC West through 7 weeks of the NFL regular season. But are Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks playoff bound? Is this a playoff caliber squad? Let us know in the comments how you're feeling about them this season. But, man, I'll toss it up to you, man. You see Geno and the Seahawks, Pete Carroll and the crew in the postseason this year?
I mean, I actually do. One, because they are playing good football, and this is looking to be like a good football team that knows what they want to be about, with some talented guys like Kenneth Walker, who, fortunately, with the Breece Hall injury, might end up being Rookie of the Year.
Perhaps. It's on the table.
You know, especially after this last game.
Don't rule out Dameon Pierce, but it's on the table.
Absolutely. But he's going to be a candidate. And then, you know, they somehow actually robbed Denver completely. Is blind. I'm sorry, Seattle. We talked some crap about you about this trade.
We did.
We definitely did.
Maybe we should take a second and say we're sorry.
We are sorry.
Because we were talking about a legit rebuild here.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would apologize to other people.
Sorry.
I am very sorry, Seattle.
Yeah.
You guys look great.
Bad.
NFC is playing horrible football. I mean, right now, Seattle absolutely has a chance to get the wild card, if not the division, depending on how San Francisco can recover from some injuries and some stuff like that. So Seattle is definitely in play for the playoffs and maybe even the NFC West division.
They're in play. They've been fun to watch for sure.
They are.
And that's kind of been the most intriguing part about this team, particularly offensively. You know, Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, you know, DK Metcalf, you know, pretty much any running back they line up this season behind that offensive line has been finding a lot of room to run. So that's been fun to watch. But
it's been a fun ride.
It has been. But with all that being said, I don't see the Seahawks as a playoff team this year, even with the NFC just being putrid. I mean, we can take a look at it here. I think at this point, this is going to be a surprise to all, or at least it is in terms of how the division was looked at prior to the season.
Yeah.
But the NFC East is probably going to get 3 teams in the playoffs.
It's absurd.
I mean, with obviously the Eagles being the only undefeated team in the NFL, the Giants sitting at 6-1, the Cowboys sitting at 5-2. Those 3 teams are probably going to make it. Obviously, you know, the North and the South division winners will obviously get in.
Yep.
And then in the West, I expect the San Francisco 49ers, like I did before the season, to win this division. The addition of Christian McCaffrey is just unbelievable. I was thinking about it over the weekend when I was watching them get crushed by the Kansas City Chiefs. But nonetheless, having Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle on the field at the same time.
It is a lot.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Good luck to the rest of the NFC when Kyle Shanahan figures all those pieces out together. But so I like the Niners to win the West, and I still do think the Rams sneak in as a wild card team. I think there's still a lot of talent on their roster. It doesn't look great right now. They're certainly playing worse than the Seattle Seahawks. But by season's end, I think the Rams sneak in, which leaves the Seattle Seahawks as kind of an odd man out, but still would be a success.
I mean,
still would be a success for the Seahawks.
There's still a lot of time, and with football, especially all those guys you mentioned for the 49ers, there is no guarantee week to week that those guys are actually out there on the field.
Fair.
And then as far as Seattle goes, I think the thing that really helps them is, unlike, you know, the Rams and some of these other teams, they know who they are, and they've been willing to just continue to do that. And even with some injuries, they've been able to plug players in and step up. And the thing that I think is going to really put them over the edge is I think that defense is getting better. And I'm excited to see what happens. So we'll just have to wait and see.
So here's where we disagree.
Okay.
So you messed up. You know you messed up, right? You messed up, right? The Seattle Seahawks, I had to look it up, 4th worst in the NFL in terms of yards allowed per game. And that's the biggest reason why I'm out on this team. The teams that I mentioned earlier, the NFC teams that I expect to make the playoffs, the 3 NFC East teams, all of them have great defenses. Obviously, the Bucs have a great defense as well. The 49ers have a great defense. The Rams are still top 5 in yards allowed per game this season. So all those NFC contenders all have great defenses. Meanwhile, the Seahawks have a lot, you know, to be desired on that side of the ball. Still a fun watch nonetheless. Let us know in the comments if you think Geno Smith and the Seahawks can make a playoff berth, a little run in the postseason this season. Let us know.
Let's ride.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos, and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.